Imagine this. A tiny startup, fueled by basically nothing but an idea, somehow just explodes. From absolute zero to a billion-dollar valuation. And in just a few years.
Seems impossible, right?
Exactly. Sounds like a business fairy tale. But here's the shocker. While most startups, vanish.
Yeah, the failure rate is high.
A select few actually hit this unicorn status. They change whole industries, makes fortunes.
It's quite the phenomenon.
So today, we're tearing down the myths. We're going way beyond the splashy headlines.
Rich.
We're diving deep into the actual strategic playbook, the non-obvious frameworks that really separate these extraordinary success stories from the 99% of companies that never even get close.
Right.
By the end of this deep dive, you'll understand what most people just fundamentally miss about building a billion-dollar company from scratch.
Yeah.
Get ready for some serious, mind-bending aha moments.
Yeah, what's truly remarkable is how that term unicorn, Aileen Lee coined it back in 2013.
Right, to show how rare they were.
Exactly, highlighted the statistical rarity, but it's transformed what felt mythical then. Now we're seeing over 1,200 companies globally hit that valuation.
Wow, 1,200.
Yeah, and collectively worth trillions. So it's not just a phenomenon anymore. It's a proven path. A challenging one, but proven.
Okay.
And the speed. That's also fascinating. Traditional businesses might take decades to hit $1 billion.
Takes forever, yeah.
But companies like Airbnb, 4 years. Uber, 5.
4 and 5 years. Incredible.
And this rapid acceleration, it isn't a fluke. It's a direct result of being digital first. There's a torrent of venture capital available. And, crucially, access to truly global markets, almost from day one.
So it's not just luck, not just timing. There's a method here, a kind of hidden algorithm driving this scale.
That's it.
What defines the essence, the core DNA of every single unicorn out there? What do they all have in common?
That's the critical question, isn't it? If we're going to dissect their success, we need to get their anatomy. And what really stands out first, their relationship with the market. They don't just find a niche. They target a total addressable market, a TAM, that is absolutely enormous.
Huge.
We're talking problems affecting millions, often billions of people. Think about Airbnb. They didn't just compete with hotels.
No.
They reimagined global hospitality entirely. By unlocking this new supply, spare rooms, they effectively expanded the whole market.
Ah, okay, so they saw something bigger.
They looked at the hotel industry and thought, wait, what if the supply was basically limitless?
So it's not just solving a big problem, it's finding a way to make the solution, or the market itself, even bigger. Seeing potential others missed. That's subtle.
Precisely. And that leads right into the second characteristic. They embody 10x thinking. Not just, incremental improvement.
That's just 10% better.
No, exactly. They ask, how can we make this 10 times better? Or maybe even make the current solution totally obsolete.
Right.
This demands a real paradigm shift in how they approach things. Focus on radical innovation, not just small tweaks.
Okay, 10x thinking. And then there's often something that makes them spread almost naturally, right? Like a great story people have to share. What's that secret ingredient?
Indeed. Third point. They master network effects and viral growth.
Okay.
Think about Facebook. It gets way more valuable the more friends you have on it, right?
Of course.
Or Airbnb, more hosts and more guests make the platform better for everyone.
Right. It feeds itself.
Exactly. These aren't just features. They're baked into the product. They create these really powerful competitive moats.
Moats, yeah.
Makes it incredibly hard for rivals to catch up because the value scales exponentially with each new user.
Right.
The product itself becomes the marketing engine.
That makes perfect sense. But okay, it can't just be the idea and the network, can it? What about the nuts and bolts, the operational side?
Good point.
Because a great idea can still just fall apart without solid foundations, surely.
Absolutely. Fourth is operational excellence at scale.
Yeah.
Crucial. These companies build systems, build technologies to handle that exponential growth, but without their costs scaling up proportionally. It's about architectural thinking right from the start.
Designing for massive scale.
Yeah, designing for 100x or even 1,000x growth without needing a total rebuild every 6 months. And finally, they have what we call an ambidextrous orientation.
Ambidextrous. Okay, what's that?
It means they can simultaneously explore really radical new opportunities, new markets,
Okay.
while also perfectly exploiting their existing business, balancing aggressive innovation with flawless execution, like a tightrope walker, you know?
Yeah, one foot solid, the other testing the air.
Exactly. One foot on today's business, the other always testing for new ground. So if you're maybe sketching out that next big idea,
Mm-hmm.
ask yourself, is your market massive enough for that 10x thinking?
Right.
And have you actually baked in those self-reinforcing network effects?
Okay, so we've got the blueprint, the DNA, but how did they get there? It's rarely one giant leap, is it?
No, not at all.
Must be a series of steps, intentional ones. And I bet some are more dangerous than others.
Definitely not one leap. The journey has these distinct critical phases. Each one's got its own challenges. First is that 0 to 1 phase.
0 to 1, creation.
Yeah, creation, proving the basic concept. And this often starts with something called founder market fit,
Founder market fit. What?
meaning the founders have these deep, sometimes really personal connections to the problems they're solving.
Ah, like they've lived it.
Exactly. Brian Chesky and Joe Gebbia, their own struggle finding affordable places to stay for a conference. That directly led to Airbnb,
Right?
or the Collison brothers, Patrick and John. They understood the frustrations with online payment infrastructure inside out before building Stripe.
Okay.
It's not just some intellectual exercise. It's often born from that lived experience.
So that authentic, almost like visceral understanding of the problem,
Yeah,
that gives them a kind of unfair advantage.
I think so, yeah. And in this phase, they build minimum viable products, MVPs.
MVP's right.
But think of them as learning machines, not finished products. Every early version is designed specifically to test critical hypotheses.
Learning machines, I like that.
Remember how the Airbnb founders actually went and photographed early listings themselves?
Yeah. And acted as hosts too, right?
Exactly. To get totally unfiltered insights into the user experience, they were selling an experience, fundamentally, not just software.
Okay, 0 to 1. Then what?
Then comes 1 to 10. This is all about hitting product market fit.
Product market fit. The holy grail.
Pretty much. Mark Andreessen famously described it as being in a good market with a product that can satisfy that market.
Okay.
And you know you've hit it when customers aren't just using your product, they're practically pulling it out of your hands. They need it that badly.
Pulling it out of your hands. That's a powerful image. Like a must-have gadget everyone suddenly needs.
Exactly. It's not just about getting users anymore. It's about them becoming, well, almost evangelical about your solution.
Right, they're telling everyone.
Precisely. And you shift focus. You move away from vanity metrics like, total downloads to obsessing over the real indicators. Things like retention rates, cohort economics.
Cohort economics, break that down.
It just means understanding the long-term value and behavior of specific groups of customers who joined around the same time. Are they sticking around? Are they profitable?
Got it. Deeper metrics.
Much deeper. And this phase is also where you really deepen those competitive moats we talked about.
Like Airbnb's trust system.
Exactly. Their global trust and community system. Or Uber's network density in a specific city. Once they have enough drivers and riders, it's tough for someone new to compete.
Makes sense. Okay, 0 to 1, 1 to 10, what's next?
Finally, there's the 10 to 100 phase, scaling the engine.
Scaling up. This sounds like where things can go wrong.
It is. This is where so many promising startups hit that infamous scale-up cliff.
The scale-up cliff. Okay.
Early success often comes from just sheer founder hustle, right?
Yeah.
Grit, working crazy hours.
Yeah, pure willpower sometimes.
But sustained growth. That demands robust systems, repeatable processes. It needs what McKinsey calls a dual operating system.
Dual operating system, like running two things at once.
Kind of. It means maintaining the agility and the innovation feel of a small startup while simultaneously building the operational excellence and the structure of a big global enterprise.
That sounds incredibly difficult.
It is. It's the difference between being, say, a brilliant craftsperson making unique things
Right.
and running a meticulously efficient factory, pumping out thousands of perfect items. Very different skills.
So the question you're constantly asking is,
Yeah.
am I just building a product? Or am I building a learning machine that can satisfy an absolutely insatiable market
Yes.
and then scale it massively without the whole thing breaking?
That's the core challenge of scaling. Precisely.
Now look, we love celebrating these huge successes, but to really get the full picture of the unicorn journey, we have to talk about what goes wrong.
Absolutely. Failure is a great teacher.
What are the silent killers? The things that take down the vast majority of startups? Because, you can learn just as much from failure.
This is such a crucial point. Understanding failure is, I'd argue, just as critical as understanding success. And the research, it consistently shows that poor product market fit
We keep coming back to that.
accounts for roughly 34% of all startup failures. 34%.
Wow.
Essentially, it's often a solution looking for a problem. Founders fall in love with their cool idea, their tech,
Yeah.
not with the customer's actual need. They build what they think customers want instead of rigorously validating what customers truly need and, importantly, are willing to pay for.
So building something nobody actually wants, no matter how brilliant or technically impressive it is,
Yeah,
that's just a fast track to oblivion.
absolutely. A dead end. Another major pattern, premature scaling.
Premature scaling. Sounds bad.
It is. Companies raise a bunch of capital, often based on early hype. And then they hire aggressively, expand operations too quickly, spend huge amounts on marketing before they've truly proven their core business model actually works and is sustainable.
Oh, okay. Getting ahead of themselves.
Way ahead. And it leads to these astronomically high burn rates, cash just flying out the door
Right.
without proportional growth in revenue or real traction. And that quickly leads to fatal cash flow crises.
It's like trying to build a skyscraper on quicksand, right? You're just accelerating the collapse.
A perfect analogy, yeah. And you mentioned founder market fit earlier. I imagine a mismatch there could also be pretty catastrophic.
Yeah, if the founders aren't right for this problem.
Indeed. Founder market mismatch is really significant pitfall. Even brilliant founders, technically amazing people, can fail if they aren't the right individuals to solve that specific problem. Maybe they lack that deep personal connection we talked about, or the passion, or maybe just the unique insight needed for that particular market.
Right.
It's incredibly difficult to sustain the grueling pace, the sheer hard work of a startup when your heart isn't truly in solving that particular problem day after day.
Makes sense. Burnout must be huge if you're not passionate.
Absolutely. And perhaps the most critical failure, though, is a lack of adaptive capacity.
Adaptive capacity, the ability to change.
Exactly. The inability to learn from market feedback and, crucially, to pivot when necessary. Successful companies, they're like chameleons. They're constantly adjusting their strategy, their product, based on what they learn from customers and the market, those that become too attached to their original vision.
Stubborn.
Yeah, or just unable to read the tea leaves, unable to admit they might have been wrong about something. They often perish. The market moves on without them.
So the big questions as you're building are, am I solving a real problem? Am I validating every single step?
Yes.
And maybe most importantly, am I ready, truly ready to adapt, to pivot when the market speaks? That's a powerful and probably often uncomfortable question to ask yourself.
Very uncomfortable, but essential.
Wow. Okay, so it's clearly not just about a flash of genius, is it? Or some magical secret sauce. It's about a really systematic, almost scientific approach combined with just relentless dedication.
That sums it up well.
What's the ultimate takeaway here for our listener, for someone trying to really grasp this whole unicorn phenomenon?
Well, if we connect all these different threads, the entire journey, I think, boils down to what we can call the unicorn mindset.
The unicorn mindset.
It's about thinking big, right? Having that audacious billion-dollar vision,
Yeah.
but executing small, focusing on thousands of smart, consistent, daily decisions. It's not about waiting for one brilliant insight to change everything.
Right, it's the grind.
It's the grind, but a smart grind. It's like constructing a really complex, self-optimizing machine piece by piece,
Okay.
with each component rigorously tested against the overall blueprint before it's added.
That's a much more grounded, maybe more actionable image than my old castle brick by brick analogy. It really highlights the precision needed.
Exactly. Precision and systems thinking. It demands that ambidextrous thinking we mentioned earlier.
Right. Managing today while building tomorrow.
Yeah. Managing today's operations flawlessly while simultaneously building for tomorrow's capabilities, constantly evolving, never satisfied. And crucially, it requires a missionary mindset, not a mercenary one.
Missionary, not mercenary. Explain that.
It means being driven by a genuine, almost obsessive desire to solve important problems for customers,
Okay.
rather than just chasing a valuation number. That's a result of solving the problem well, not the primary driver. Mercenaries chase the money, missionaries chase the mission.
Got it. So it's purpose-driven innovation, meticulously engineered, and just relentlessly executed.
Uh,
That sounds like the true secret sauce.
I believe it is.
Okay, now here's where it gets really interesting, something that might actually surprise you listening.
Ooh.
If you really peel back the layers, most unicorns, even the ones in seemingly traditional industries like, say, hospitality or transportation,
Yeah.
they are fundamentally technology companies. They're not just using tech. Tech is their core product. It's their competitive advantage.
That's a key insight.
Think about it. Airbnb isn't just a booking platform, right? It's a super sophisticated logistics and, importantly, trust platform built on tech.
Absolutely. The trust infrastructure is huge.
Uber isn't just a ride-hailing service. It's this complex optimization engine for urban mobility, all tech. Stripe isn't just about payments. It's an API-first revolution in financial infrastructure.
And this goes way beyond just having a nice, shiny app.
Right.
It's about that architectural thinking from day one,
Yeah.
building truly scalable systems that can handle 100x, maybe 1,000x growth.
Without breaking.
Without breaking, exactly, or requiring complete painful rebuilds every few months. It means making really strategic technology choices early on: cloud infrastructure, database architecture, system design,
The deep tech stuff.
the deep tech stuff that enables that rapid scaling. And critically, it's about treating data as a core strategic asset.
Data is the new oil, they say.
Well, it certainly fuels these engines, using analytics, AI, machine learning to drive better decisions, personalize experiences, optimize every little operation. It's really the invisible infrastructure that allows the magic, and especially that rapid growth, to actually happen. It's not magic, it's engineering.
Okay, let's bring it all back home then. Today, we took a really deep dive into that journey, zero to unicorn.
Who did?
We uncovered the core characteristics of these billion-dollar companies, things like their laser focus on massive markets, their commitment to 10x thinking, not just small improvements.
Big swings.
We explored those critical journey phases, validating the initial idea, hitting that crucial product-market fit, and then scaling rapidly without falling off that cliff.
The 0 to 1, 1 to 10, 10 to 100.
Exactly. And we also looked at the tough stuff, the crucial reasons why most startups don't make it, reminding us that systematic execution, real customer focus, and that adaptive capacity are the true North Stars.
Yeah, the core insight for you, I think, is that unicorns aren't really born from a single flash of genius. They're meticulously built.
Built, not born.
Built brick by brick, system by system, driven by that missionary mindset, continuous learning, relentless execution, and often that deep personal connection to the problems they're solving for their customers. It's really a testament to sustained excellence, isn't it? Not just luck.
Absolutely. Sustained excellence. So the path from zero to unicorn, it's never straight, never easy, definitely never guaranteed.
Never.
But understanding these strategic principles, these frameworks, it puts you light years ahead in just navigating that complex terrain. So the question for you is, what's your next big problem to solve? And how will you apply that 10x thinking to it?
And for those who really master this systematic approach, it truly represents the ultimate expression of entrepreneurial achievement in our modern age.
And speaking of mastery, next time, we're taking an even deeper dive into the world of disruptive innovation.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, how seemingly small changes, things often dismissed by the big players, can completely upend entire industries. We'll show you why the next big thing might just be hiding in plain sight.
Okay.
And how you might be able to spot it before anyone else does. You won't want to miss it.
Yeah.
Honestly, it could fundamentally change how you view your own industry.
Sounds like a must listen.
Definitely. Make sure you're subscribed so you get the inside track on that deep dive as soon as it drops. Until then, keep building those extraordinary ideas and stay curious.